I've been with Critique for this is my second year using Critique, so I'm getting a bit more comfortable this year. And I used the presentation when it was still being tested last winter, like in January, as I was using it in one of my pedagogy classes. So I teach in a small French campus, part of U of A, so small, very tiny campus that has, among others, a very strong education program. So I teach teachers, so using rubrics and critiques and evaluation, like the way that critique evaluates is really in line with what we want to do when we form new teachers, is basically like teaching them, helping them to understand how evaluations works and of presentations. Basically, what I did last year, like there was many activities, but part of the class one of the class I teach, I'm a literacy specialist, so I teach the development of literacy from kindergarten to grade 3, and they do have to learn to teach reading and writing and reading skills. And one of the activity they had to do was to create in a group a lesson plan, and to actually to teach us a reading strategy based on a certain way of teaching by Lucy Calkins. That's called a mini lesson. So it's a 4-step approach to lessons that is very good for beginner teachers and advanced teachers as well. So basically, so they had to present, they had to do the lesson as if they were teaching to children, and their colleagues were evaluating the lesson while they were doing, but this time using critique. In the old days, like the previous years, what I did is I gave them paper rubrics, like they would have like a highlighter with a paper form of rubric, and I would collect the whole thing up at the end, and I will go through it, and then I will give it to my students. But there was no, it was okay. Like it was not bad. But what I did found this year, what I was able to observe was really the engagements of the participants who were becoming students, so they were they were like elementary, pretending to be elementary students, and to be able to not only pay more attention to the presentation, but in order to give good feedback, they really had to understand the different part of what the lesson which means also that they were developing their own skills about what is a mini lesson and its component.